So now please welcome to the stage the lovely Claire Rosinkranz.
Hi, guys. How are you? Hi, girl. Good to see you again. What's your name again? Penelope. Awesome. Penelope at my LA show was there at like 1 p.m. and she caught me getting in an Uber. So it's good to see you again.
How many people is it your first time here at the Grammy Museum? Awesome. Great. And do we have any returners? Perfect. Cool. Well, we're going to have so much fun here today. I'm so excited that we get to do this together. I feel like a few months back when I first got to hear about the album, it was such a thrill to get to hear about how so many of those tracks came together. So I just wanted to start by asking how you feel now that that project is out in the world.
Very happy, very relieved. And I write music. I mean, just like I could write 10 songs a day ever since I was very, very little. And so to get a project out is very rewarding because it's like, I mean, I could potentially never release a project because I always want the newest song to be the song that is released. So the fact that I accomplished getting an entire cohesive 13-song project out was very like a breath of fresh air, but I already want to make my next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything that you want to tease about what you're imagining your next era to sound like or feel like?
Yeah. You know, it changes all the time. For a second, I really love ABBA. And so I wanted to lean further into that. And I live by the beach. I grew up in California. I feel like a lot of my music reminds people of the summer. So I feel like that would just be a really fun, free, sonic thing to tap into. But on the other hand, I have been listening to a lot of Turnstile, a lot of The Strokes, a lot of more like bandy projects. And I went to Bonnaroo, which is all bands. And I was there just like jaw on the floor. I need to change everything about my music because, and I'm sure we'll talk about this more later, because I had one of the questions you asked me back there, I was going to lean into talking more about basically. Okay, sorry, I'm getting in my head because now I'm getting distracted. Okay. Anyways, I just loved the way that every single person on stage was so passionate about what they were playing, how the drummer was so passionate, how the guitarist was so passionate, and they genuinely were just like in love with all of their parts. And so to make music that does that for my band would be really awesome. But we'll see. It changes all the time, and I think exploring in the studio plays a really big part in what that ends up being.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, hard question. Mamma Mia 1 or Mamma Mia 2?
Oh, Mamma Mia 1.
Okay.
Oh, gee.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
What about you guys? Mamma Mia 1, raise your hand. Yeah. Wow, kind of a lot of Mamma Mia 2, though.
Split. I respect it. Well, I mean, you mentioned feeling proud, as you should, of putting out this cohesive album. I do think it is a remarkably cohesive record. And one of the themes that I picked up on when I was listening to it and when we were talking about it was this theme of trusting your instincts. And I feel like you hear that a lot in Lucy, you hear that a lot in Chronic. And so I just wanted to hear a little bit more about how it felt to write through topics like that.
Topics like trusting my instincts or, okay. Yeah, I mean, recently, and I think I did do this with Lucy. A lot of my songs I write when I'm driving, and I will try my best to let my brain just do absolutely nothing. And I was telling my friend Gabe this the other day, and he thought it was crazy, but I will let my brain just calm down and do nothing. And when I do that, I can start to just hear things. And I feel like I can really see the melody lines, and I can just kind of grab it. And I think music is like a relationship, and you have to give it space to speak, and you have to become very sensitive to be able to hear that. And a lot of the time, I think my mind can just settle when I'm driving. And so for Lucy, that was one of them where I was driving and I just heard the da 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 na na thing over and over again. And I thought it was going to be a guitar part, and then I was like, what if we write lyrics to it? And so yeah, I don't know. I guess that's kind of my instincts.
Yeah, definitely. And kind of similar, but with a song like Chronic, where it's about feeling like you're in a battle with your own body. Does that feel like diving into that vulnerable of a space? Does that feel natural when you kind of enter that creative flow, or does that feel like something that requires a little more focus?
Right. I mean, I was just in a episode of feeling very fatigued and experiencing symptoms of chronic illness that I've dealt with. And so I think feeling that so strongly, it's just kind of like, filling me up so far that I can't help but just overflow. And so that, I mean, chronic specifically, like, came so naturally because I was just so sad and feeling it so deeply that it was really easy to be honest. And that's one of the hardest things to do, I think, with songwriting.
Yeah, definitely. But I think people really connected with that song. And so I wanted to hear a little bit about how it felt to see that outpouring of reaction.
Yeah, I think it's connected with people in many different ways. For me, you know, obviously it's about going through and experiencing chronic illness. And that was really cool to see people on tour in the audience feel so seen by that. I feel like, at least not to my knowledge, I don't know a lot of songs that really speak to that. And it's a very frustrating, like, conflicting, persistent emotion that is really discouraging, and it can leave you feeling very helpless. And so I think being able to meet people in, like, speaking to that emotion, it was just, I mean, people would be crying, and most people would just be crying, and that makes me want to cry. But on the other hand, I've said that, like, that song can kind of be in regards to any kind of toxic relationship in your life. And so, and, you know, music is very subjective to whatever that, you know, person is going through. So yeah, I mean, it just makes me happy to see that people can feel seen and touched by it.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you've gotten to share this album with more and more people and more audiences, is there a song that you've really enjoyed playing that kind of surprised you?
I really liked City because it was at the end of the set.
I do too.
Thank you. And everybody was really excited to sing that one. Also, I don't know, there were a lot because I hadn't been on the road because of the whole chronic illness thing. I hadn't been on the road for about three years or something like that. And so all of the music that I played on this last tour was mostly new music. So there were a lot of surprises. I really loved playing Funeral and Home. Those are some of my more acoustically driven songs and, like, ballads. And the guitar is so beautiful on that. And I felt very emotional when I would sing those songs. I think when a song makes me remember the place that I was at when singing them, even if it was sad, I don't know, there's something about being able to write a song that helps me remember fully in my body, it just proves that I was able to evoke an emotion through words when I end up encountering that emotion again on stage in front of so many people. And so I really enjoyed singing Home and Funeral for that purpose.
Definitely. Yeah. Something else I was thinking about as we're so excited about your current chapter, I was thinking about having a breakthrough moment like yours with Backyard Boy and how that can be a really exciting moment. And for some people, it feels like something that you're a little bit tied to. So I was wondering how you feel about, like, connecting with so many people and having the opportunity to gain a lot of new fans and new listeners, and then kind of evolving and stepping into a new space like you are today. Like, what's your relationship to that song like these days?
Sometimes I hate it. But also I'm really grateful for it, obviously. I originally, when I first wrote it, I was sitting in my childhood bedroom. My dad was working on a hole in the wall of my bedroom for some reason. He's always working on a project, so that was not abnormal. And yeah, I was sitting there, and he says that I just heard, because we did an interview with Justin Tranter the other day, which was awesome. And him and I both got to be on it. And he said that he was the one who heard that thing, which it doesn't really matter because it's a very basic drum line. Anyways, one of us heard it, and I wrote to that, which is another. I really have been enjoying writing to either drums or nothing, because I just feel like my brain can go anywhere it wants to.
Cool.
But yeah, so anyways, he heard that, and I wrote to that, and I didn't finish it in one sitting, which usually when I don't finish a song in one sitting, I think it's trash, or I just like feel like, oh, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
But the next day I decided, I was like, I should go back to that song for some reason. And so I decided to revisit it. And then it became Backyard Boy, and then I was like still not really sure about it. And I just decided to throw it on our EP, which was my dad and I's first like official project together. He was like, I'm gonna pour 1 year of my life into Claire's music, and now it's been much more than 1 year. And but yeah, I think sometimes I can be bored by it, obviously, because it's been with me for a long time, but also it's done so much for me, and sometimes I am able to appreciate it, and it gets new life when I sing it.
Yeah.
So, and also when people sing it back to me, like, it's impossible for it to not have like life on it again. So
yeah, and it's different every time you do it live with different audiences.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to shift gears a little bit, since we're here at the Grammy Museum, and this is a place that honors some of the best songwriters and artists, and I just wanted to hear a little bit about the first time that you heard a song and really connected with it, like on a craft level, like where you were like, oh, this is how someone tells a story through a song, or this is how we structure verse, chorus, bridge. Do you remember a few times where that really clicked for you?
I don't know about the first time, to be honest. I will say, as many of you guys know, I make all my music with my dad, and that is because I grew up listening to him play his own music all my life. And he would, whether it was like playing the violin on a looper in our living room or just working on his own things in the studio, that was incredibly inspiring to me. And it was kind of impossible to not fall in love, but also be inspired by making music. So honestly, just listening to my dad.
Yeah, definitely. Do you remember the first time that you tried to write a proper song?
Yeah. I wrote a song about a pond in Paris, and I had never been to Paris, and I was 8.
It's good to have goals.
I literally just went to Paris, so, but yeah, I was in a canoe, and there were lily pads in the pond, and
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I want to hear a little bit more about your process. I know you mentioned driving is a big part of that. Are you a notes app girl, or do you have a journal? I know a lot of writers and artists are really drawn to something like morning pages and a ritual, but what's morning pages? Oh, okay. Does anyone know about the morning pages? Any writers out there? There's it's a book called The Artist's Way. I failed at this. I should be totally clear, but it's you wake up every morning and you brain dump 3 pages of writing, and it doesn't have to be good. And you're supposed to do it by hand, and it's
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of writers swear by it.
It's a journal.
Yeah, but you just are supposed to write like whatever you're thinking about that morning.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
tell us a
don't
little
have
bit.
that. Journal. I mean, I remember the first journal that I dedicated to my songwriting was filled up every single page, front and back, and I was so determined to finish the entire thing and have it be front and back of songs. And so journaling has definitely stuck with me for writing music. Notes always. Sometimes when I'm sleeping before I go to bed, I say, hey Siri, and tell them to text me whatever lyrics are coming to my mind. And yeah, I mean, that's the beautiful and hard thing about having a very like songwriter's wired mind is when I'm trying to go to sleep, especially on tour towards the end. I could not sleep. I'd like go to bed at 4 because my brain would be like, this idea, and then like this like guitar line, and then I would be like, it's probably not that good, but then it wouldn't leave my brain. I'm like, what if that's really good? So I would just constantly be voice memoing, and I have so many voice memos. It's incredibly overwhelming, and same with my notes app.
Totally.
But I'll never delete it. So
absolutely. Well, do you feel like when you are in a session or stepping into the studio, do you feel like you have to do anything to get into that creative headspace? Or it sounds like it's more of a transient, ongoing thing for you.
Yeah, I always have an idea. So most of the time I come into the studio with an idea. If I'm working with other people, depending, like when it's new people, I'll come in with half of an idea. And I'll do that on purpose, because when you invite new people into the room, it really is so cool and surprising to see what other people have to offer. And the ideas that they provide are usually things that I know that I would never, ever have thought about. And it's just really cool to learn how to collaborate with people. And I've learned so much from working with people. But other times, like I have so many songs written on my own that I just want to get done, so I'll come in with a full idea. Or sometimes it'll be me and my dad and Oliver, who was my main producer on this last project I released, and he's from Sweden. My dad was also raised in Sweden, so they speak their little language together. And I wait for it to be over because my dad never taught Swedish to me, which was really frustrating. Or he's also from Iceland, and so he speaks Icelandic too, and he never taught me Icelandic, which was also really frustrating. Which also in the beginning of one of my songs, Bleeding Violet, we recorded this woman from Iceland speaking, and her accent is so beautiful, and you should listen to that song is basically what I was going to say. I'm on a whole different train of thought. Anyways, other times it'll be us three and we'll just improv and it'll be fun and we'll jam.
Yeah, definitely. And I love how with you it sounds like inspiration can come from so many different places. But I'd love to hear if there was a time lately. This is my favorite question that I ask people. I ask it in almost every interview I do. But if there was a time lately that made you feel really creatively lit up, whether it was a movie you saw, a conversation you had, an album you heard, a book you read, like what has just made you feel like it really filled your cup?
This is why I was getting tongue-tied earlier, because when I went to Bonnaroo and I saw all of those bands play, and specifically seeing Turnstile, I thought they were the coolest ever, and specifically because I loved seeing how passionate the drummer was and the guitarist and whoever else was on stage. Just seeing people, like each individual person, play something they genuinely love was really inspiring. And I don't know, I think sometimes in pop music too, it's like, oh, here are your parts and you have to play it perfectly, and it's very just straight. But just when I watched them, they were all incredibly passionate and in the music, and I could tell they loved it, which made me love it.
Was that your first time at Bonnaroo?
Yeah, it was my first time at Bonnaroo.
The craziest energy.
That's my favorite festival I've ever been to.
Happy Roo. It is
Happy Roo.
Singular.
That was 100% my favorite festival I've ever been to.
I love that. Well, you're about to do Lollapalooza, which is one of my favorite festivals I've ever been to.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hear a little bit about what you're excited about with Lolla, and if you can tell us anything about your set and what you're looking forward to.
Let's see. What am I excited about? I don't know. Lollapalooza. I've been to Lollapalooza 2 other times, I think 2 or 3 other times. I know I performed once, maybe twice. I don't remember. And it's just a really well-run festival. 1.
Yeah.
2. I actually don't even know who's playing this year. I didn't even look yet, so I can't tell you who I'm looking forward to see yet. But I'm excited to just play all the new songs in like a little bit. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently than I did on this last tour. I want to make all the transitions more live. See, like watching Turnstile already made me be like, even though all my music is so girly pop and so not that vibe, I was like, it needs to be more live. There needs to be more band transitions, and so I don't know. We'll see. I always like don't know how to feel about something until it's happening. So
Yeah,
kind of the
that's fair.
same thing.
Well, that's exciting. We're excited for you. But in creative spaces, I mean, we were just chatting about this a little bit before we came out, but have you ever kind of played with the idea of other fields within the creative world? Like, did you ever want to be a dancer? Did you ever want to act? Like, what has that ever felt like?
I danced ballet since I was 3 years old, and I thought that was going to be
I could 100% see that even today.
Yeah, I started dancing when I was 3, and I think ballet was a huge part of what has helped me with my musicality in my music now, and just the discipline it takes, timing, and just like doing something over and over and over again and perfecting it. And yeah, but I remember when I was 11, my relationship with God is really important, and I was like, God, am I going to do music or am I going to do dance? And I really felt like I heard music, and that didn't mean I stopped dance, and I still think it's something that's very integrated into all of my music now. Or like I want to integrate it more into my music now, and like visually and whatever else, but yeah, I just felt like it was music. So that was really the driving factor of what made me pivot and go full force into that. But I still love it, and I get like so much FOMO when I watch ballet.
Right?
My body is like
Nutcracker
I'm like
season.
a dance mom.
When December comes around, I'm like, am I supposed to be in rehearsal right now?
I know. I'm like marking all the dances. I'm sitting there.
Well, kind of similar. If you were to ever act in anything, is there any kind of like dream project that I know we talked about Mamma Mia earlier, but like, is there anything where you're like, oh, I could do that?
Yes. I don't know. Has anybody read ACOTAR or any of... Do you guys know that series, A Court of Thorn and Roses?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do. You know. You know. And then
she's locked in.
What's the other one that I just started?
Throne of Glass.
Throne of Glass. Did you read that one yet?
Ooh,
okay.
You're in for a treat. Ugh.
I haven't. I'm just starting that one. So I'm really, really excited because everybody says that one's better than ACOTAR. But that's good because we read ACOTAR first, and it's like, how can this get any better? And then we have that.
I promise. It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm so excited. ACOTAR 100%. If that was ever an opportunity, I would do anything.
Like any of the sisters, any of the fairies. Are we really attached to Feyre?
I know you're not. What's Feyre's sister's name?
There's Elaine and there's Nesta.
I really like Nesta.
Ooh,
I really like her.
Ooh, I can actually really see that. That would be
you.
fun. Like a little bit of like a morally gray, like a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
But one of my friends said that I would I remind her of the character, I think, in this next series. I don't know.
Yes, Selena.
Is she blonde?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
You're gonna be obsessed with her.
Just because I'm blonde. But yeah, I've heard that she's an awesome character too. So I'm looking forward to that being my future answer.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the journey she's about to embark on. But I also wanted to hear like if there's any aspiring songwriters or performers in like any field, what advice you might give someone who's starting on this path.
The thing that I've been trying my best to do is be as honest as possible. And I don't know, maybe that's easier for other people, but I just have found that it's really hard to do even when it's just with myself. And yeah, getting there is kind of just your own journey, but that being a North Star has brought me through a lot of my own like self-reflection, and I feel like I've learned so much about myself and have learned why it's so hard for me to be honest about certain things. And it's really easy for me to think about how something's going to be perceived when I'm writing it. And I'm sure if anybody else writes or creates anything, sometimes it can be easy, especially in today's generation. Everything is so shared, and it's like, of course this is going on TikTok, and of course this is going to go on Spotify or whatever social media platform. Like, you're going to be sharing it with the world and an audience. And so it's really easy to be thinking about that when you're in the midst of creating something. And that will definitely stop you from being honest. And so, yeah, just trying to find that, just get grounded and try to figure out how to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's great advice.
Just saying the same thing over and over again. Oh my God.
No, that was great.
Be honest.
Do you consider yourself an extrovert or an introvert?
I say introvert, but I can talk to people, obviously. Yeah. I mean, this is scary because it's intimate, honestly. I was like, I'm never scared to perform. Lollapalooza, opening for Maroon 5, opening for Alex, doing my own tours, like, not a problem. But something like this, I was like, and I heard some people I know are here, so I was like, terrified. But usually, I think it's easier for me to be introverted. But I can talk to people.
So after such kind of like long times on the road or very public facing moments like this, like how do you creatively recharge and make sure that you're feeling grounded in that part of your craft?
I should do nothing. My friends will laugh because I'll be like, I'm doing nothing, but I'll go ride a horse, I'll go get a massage, I'll go on a hike, I'll go try surfing, I'll go.
And you're like, but I'm not working.
I know.
So
I'll do hot yoga.
Yes.
I do all of it in a day. And that is like, those are all good recharging things, but you need to do nothing sometimes. I think it's very important to rest.
Yeah. On that, is there anything you're excited about that's coming up that's not work related at all that you're really looking forward to?
I don't know. I feel like my whole life is work related right now. I'm going to see my best friend get married tomorrow. Ooh, so that's really exciting.
That's huge.
Yeah. Other than that, though, mom, dad, I'm like, what's even on my schedule? I don't know. I think honestly, probably doing nothing. Yeah. And probably riding horses.
And a wedding. That's a great.
And a wedding. Yeah. But specifically like
your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, something that I would love to close out with before we jump into some audience questions. If there's like 3 or 4 songs that you think everyone should listen to at least once in their life, what comes to mind?
Right now, Somewhere Only We Know by Keen. Does anybody know that song? Yeah, obviously. Just making sure. Yeah, I mean, I've listened to that song. I've listened to that song all the time when I was little, but I don't think I really appreciated it. I think there's so many songs like that I listened to when I was little and didn't fully appreciate, but I was listening to that the other day. And what I really love about, or what I've been really looking for when it comes to me wanting to listen to music recently has been finding music that just literally says exactly what I'm feeling. I think it's really easy, and I find myself doing this sometimes, but I think it's really easy to try to be all metaphorical and mysterious and like complicated and deep. And that's really cool and fun to uncover as well. But when I've been just like looking for music, I've just been wanting songs to just say exactly what I'm feeling. And it's hard to capture an emotion, a feeling with such simple words. But when you can do that, it's just, I don't know, it feels so complete. And that's what I love about Somewhere Only We Know by Keen, is I just feel like it's so simple, but it just is so complete and completely broken, and just it just I love that song. The structure of it, the melodies, the chord progression, the lyrics, the story, all the things. That's a song. Also, I Care by Turnstile. I've been listening to that a ton since I've mentioned them so many times.
Your Turnstile era.
I know.
It's really
I just
fun.
like every time I get in the car, I just want something just fun. I love that song, and I don't know. I have so many songs that I love. Slipping Through My Fingers by ABBA, probably.
Yeah.
That one
timeless.
Is so timeless, nostalgic, just melancholic. I just like feel like I'm yearning for something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that song.
Cool. Awesome. Well, does anyone have a question they'd love to ask Claire?
Okay, let's start with you, who has read ACOTAR. What's your name? Amanda, nice to meet you.
As a fellow chronic illness baddie, and with July being Chronic Illness Awareness Month,
Amazing. Amazing.
what's something that motivates you when you go
Yeah, that's hard because in those moments I just want, oh my God. Sorry, I just seeing my friends and that's even scarier. Hi guys. I would say, I mean, for me it was writing that song, Chronic. What do I even do? Sorry, I got distracted by my friends, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I would say I wrote that song, but other than that, I just have to lay down and rest and realize that it's okay to rest and do nothing, because sometimes doing nothing is the most productive thing that you can do possible. And that is a really hard concept to get through my head. Like when I'm doing nothing, I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Mom. What's your name? Kathy, nice to meet you. Yeah, no, it stresses me out really, really bad to not do anything, but it genuinely is the most productive thing that you can do possible. So finding peace with that. Yeah.
Cool. Who else?
I saw you guys first. You.
My name is Emma, and if you had like one movie or TV show that you would really like one of your songs to be in, what would that be?
Oh,
Really good
very
question.
good question.
Yeah, love that.
What do I even watch? Oh my gosh, I'm blacking out.
I feel like, did anyone watch Off Campus?
No.
I could see one of your songs in the next season.
Can I switch the question on you and say if you could imagine my music being in anything? Because honestly, like when somebody asks me, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite TV show? Whatever, I genuinely
I also
just
think
have
like
no
the
answer.
music coordination for Nobody Wants This is really good. They've had some great stuff. So I think
What's that?
Kristen Bell. Yeah, really good. Yeah, Netflix.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you guys think?
I definitely do think that Off Campus, like season 2 or whatever, like Logan season would be. I think.
Wait, whatever what season is?
Yeah, the character's name is
Okay.
Logan. He's a good character.
Okay.
Agreed.
Rom-coms are usually my favorite genre of movies. So, and I love what's the one with Heath Ledger? Yes, that's my favorite one. If it could have been in that one, that one.
Love it. Good question.
Next. Yep.
I'm
Hi.
Do you like Conan Gray? And if so, what are your favorite songs?
I do like Conan Gray, but I'm not very fluent in his music. Like I probably know most of his earlier stuff, but I'm not super familiar with his music. What's your favorite song?
yeah.
Oh yeah. We're on the same page.
No, I really like Mobs. It's off his deluxe or season.
Okay, I'm gonna check
Nice.
that out. Nice to meet you. Yes. Oh, what's your name? You got a girl, Lucy. Oh, it's so nice to meet you.
You've got a song
it's
named for
okay.
you on the album. Yeah.
You're so cute. My favorite artist or band? My favorite artist or band, I would say right now, ABBA has always been ABBA for a really long time. And I've mentioned Turnstile so many times. So, like, right now, I gotta say Turnstile. Who's your favorite artist or band right now? Okay, those are really good picks. Okay, Conan's like, he's popping right now. Did he just drop something? Okay, good to know. It's nice to meet you, beautiful. Okay, you now. Sorry. Wait, what's your name? Oh, shit. Damn. Wait. Okay, they're not
Okay,
actual people. Okay,
They're
go.
just concepts.
Wait, what's your name again? Gemma. Okay, nice to meet you.
Remy the rat from Ratatouille. Maui from Moana. And like the fox from Zootopia.
Oh. Okay, wait. Who's the second one? Who's that?
Oh. Dwayne Johnson's character.
Oh, him. And who was the first one?
Remy. Ooh.
Girl, kill. Like, I'm not kissing or marrying a rat.
Controversial. He works hard at his job, okay?
Girl, I am marrying a rat. Are you kidding
I'm
me?
defending him. Maui can go. Sorry.
Sorry, I forgot the last one already. Oh, kiss. And marry whatever his name is. I don't know. I need to watch the movie to be honest. Maybe that's the wrong answer, but that's my instinct. Okay,
Wow.
damn, guys.
Guys, we have homework.
It's like a marketing thing for
I
Conan
love
Gray.
it. I feel like maybe some folks over here.
Oh,
we
yeah.
haven't
I've been
said hi
seeing
to.
you.
My name's Julian.
Nice to meet you.
Meet you. You've been mentioning Turnstile a lot.
Yes.
And I also love them, but I want to ask, since Biba Doobie is collaborating with them right now, would you ever consider yourself reaching out and collaborating with them yourself?
Ooh. I'd be too nervous right now. I need to do some work before I can reach out to them. If I had the opportunity, absolutely yes. Like, no question about it. But I feel like I need to do some work before I have the confidence to do that.
Who else? Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Guess how many I have? A lot of people think I have less than what I have.
I'm gonna guess like 8.
No, 15.
Oh.
I think I have like 15 or something like that. Okay. A couple of the ones that I'll give you is my first ones that are really thick, and I don't like how thick they are, but they mean something to me. This is min älskling, and it means my love in Swedish, and that's what my mom calls me. And this is Sessan, and that means my little princess, and that's what my dad calls me, and that's in Swedish. Very sentimental. Other than that, I have a dancer, which is because I dance ballet, and now I have a song about it, so that works. I have a little star that my cousin gave me. I have a fairy. I have a bunch of random things. A heart. I have a music staff on my rib, and it was supposed to spell out dad in the notes, and he added an extra line to the staff, so it does not say dad, and that was horrible because that's the most painful tattoo that I've ever got. It was on my ribs, so that really sucked. I have a bear on my ankle that I got with an X randomly. Will Swinton, you guys know him. Where's Gabe? Is Gabe here or is Gabe not here? Where is he? I didn't even see it. Oh, Gabe. You know him. Yeah. I have a lot of other ones. A heart. Sorry, there's so many. I'm getting off track. Anyways, that's kind of the most. What do you have? Do you have anything? What's your favorite one?
I got this shooting star after I went to France and saw my teacher.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's really cute. See,
France is a theme today.
Francis?
Paris, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Remy. Okay.
Exactly.
I think we have time for 2 more questions. So you
Okay. You. Hi. Wait, what's your name? Ellie, that's my little sister's name. One of my little sister's name.
Okay, after the fusion sets with Dr. Edward when you were so young, were you terrified to put out new music, or were you inspired?
I was not terrified. And that was a question that when I was interviewing labels again, they would always be like, are you ever going to be able to write music, or is it going to cripple you that you had such a big song that I don't know, you just feel the need to make something better. And honestly, I think because I didn't really like the song that much, I was not afraid at all to make new music. And I genuinely, as I keep growing and changing, my music keeps growing and changing, and I am more inspired to write music about the things that I'm going through now. So again, so grateful to that song, but I wasn't afraid. Nice to meet you, by the way. I've seen your hand. What's your name? Hi, Richard, and I'm Penelope. Hi, nice to meet you. How are you? Good.
You mentioned honesty. I wanted to ask how honesty manifests with songwriting versus when you're performing.
Oh my gosh. I would say it's more important for me to be honest in the studio first, because if I'm able to do that, that is what ends up bringing me to the emotion on stage. And what I kind of talked about, how when I am really honest within my music, when I'm on stage, it feels like I'm able to genuinely remember how I was feeling. But I I don't know. It's hard to be honest, like especially when you're right. That's why it's so important to have good people that you trust in the studio with you, and that can create the space to bring that side out of you. I don't know. Was that what are you like? You're asking just like how do I be honest, or just like
Honestly, honesty in the studio is different than like.
oh, what's different? Yeah, no, I just think that like it's the priority is being honest in the studio, and then when I can do that, it makes it really easy to be honest on stage, especially because like when you're in front of so many people, like I don't know, the most grounding thing I have is my music and my experience and my feelings, and so being able to connect with something that's real is also very helpful. Because I've sang some of my songs and I've been like, dang, I wasn't very honest. This doesn't feel really real. So I feel like I'm just kind of singing the costume of this song. But I've noticed a very big difference in the music where I got to like a root in the studio when I'm performing on stage. I just feel like I genuinely, I'm talking about something real and something that usually, if you're honest, it usually is timeless. And so when you're on stage, like, yeah, it doesn't get old. And I've sang songs that I'm like, dang, this is old.
Great advice.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Thank you guys for those great questions. We're going to take a quick break, and then Claire's going to come out and sing some songs for you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.